Welcome to the Summer Thunder Podcast, the pagan podcast that gives the devil his due. Hello. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about my friend, Brother Nero, also known as RJ Womack, but I'll call him Nero in this podcast as that's what I always call him. I met Nero through his own podcast, The Dark Illumination Report, and I was listening to his podcast when I was a Satanist, and I really found that his podcast had a stable, earthy quality to it, an almost fatherly quality to it, which I really appreciated, and I still do, in fact. Nero has been a devotional Satanist for many, many years. I think it's going on for 40 years now, really, that he's been a devotional Satanist. And he's a polytheist, and he has always considered Satanism to essentially be a form of paganism. Now, he's gone through something of a change recently because I think he's probably got to the limit of what he can take in terms of the state of the satanic community. And the fact is, he has always been a polytheist. That's always been a very strong thing in him. And now, he is pursuing a path which he refers to as diabolism, because diabolism is the older term, and it basically means devil worshipper, which is what he is, and it's also what I consider myself to be, really, though I'm coming at it from maybe a somewhat more pagan route, whereas he's coming at it from more of a Satanist route. However, we're ending up in very much the same territory, in fact. Now, I actually got to know Nero over the last 18 months to 2 years, and we've talked a good deal, and he has acted over this period of time as a friend, a mentor, a priest, and a colleague at various times. And I really do rate this man very highly. I think he is a very, very genuine and sincere man who is doing what I consider to be very good work. If you've listened to some of my other podcasts, you'll know that I really do consider that the devil is a very important figure for paganism. And I think the devil is a very genuine face of the horn god as far as I'm concerned. Now, what Nero is doing is he is launching a path which he terms shadow path diabolism. And I'd like to talk a little bit about this, because I think it's well worth knowing about, and it's an important development as far as I'm concerned. But to explain some of this, I just need to say a few things. And one is that if you go back, I think it's probably over 15 years ago now, Nero went on a spiritual search that took him to the UK, and he found what he was looking for in the southwest of England. I can't say too much about this because Nero doesn't say too much about this publicly at all, and he's a private person, especially when it comes to things of personal spiritual importance to him. But in the southwest of England, Nero found and experienced genuine occurrences and found genuine spiritual transmissions with the people he was working with in the southwest of England. And I know that this is something which has really impacted the rest of his life, basically. Now, the point in me bringing this up is that shadow path diabolism is not just another person coming up with an instant tradition that they can turn into a book and a little following or whatever. For Nero, I know the important thing is the work, and it's a spiritual work for him, and it's a work which comes directly from his relationship to his God. And as I said, he's actually been in contact with what I consider to be genuine spiritual occurrences and happenings in the southwest of England, and he has seen genuine transmissions occur. So you see, I believe there's a genuine spiritual current coming through this tradition. I believe there's a genuine spiritual current coming through Nero's work, and I believe that because I believe that he has been in contact with such a current. I believe it's this which drives Nero's work, and furthermore, I consider this current to be coming from our own horned god. So you can probably see from this why Nero would be as important to me as he is, and why I take such a very great interest in his work. If you'd like to look up Nero and his work, and if you'd like to take a listen to his podcast, you can find it at rjwomack.com. That's rjwomack.com. And see how you find his work and his output. I think if you're interested in the horn god and in a religious and devotional approach to the horn god, you may find it interesting, and I hope you may find it of benefit as well. Thank you for listening.